I'm a boomer or a Karen. I don't know the terminology. I'm an for sure. My Tinder profile says I'm 25 for the third year in a row. I'm old. And with that age comes a certain high class of palate when it comes to gaming. So I've ascended into a top tier gamer where only the best is suitable for my taste buds. So of course, me along with everybody else in my generation, we trash modern gaming. And I don't think we're completely wrong, hear me out, but we're not completely right either. I've been dishing it a lot and I've been contemplating what I've been saying, and most of it is accurate. However, it's missing a lot of context to it. So here's my rationality. Modern gaming, as it is right now, anywhere from the Wii U, PS4, the Xbox Series S, from that era upward, it's all been constant garbage fire. Hear me out. So all modern gaming does is it hits copy and paste on its successful titles, which oversaturates the market. With that copy and paste, they put the most dull and bland story, which automatically makes the game worse or devalues it. They market it in terms of higher graphics, higher performance, higher CPU frame rates, whatever. And my most hated part, my pet peeve, something that we all should be aware of, they cut content. So because they have a higher frame rate, they don't have a story mode. Because they have a higher graphics quality, they cut characters down. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not wrong here. I am not wrong. However, retro games aren't any better. Let's look at this battle objectively. Modern gaming versus retro gaming. Which one has it best? And now, I am a proponent for retro gaming because I always thought they put passion. I always thought they put soul. I felt that they gave us an experience first. And I always thought modern gaming was whatever lecture I gave you 1 minute before this. So when I say retro gaming, I mean things like Simpsons Hit and Run, things like Dante's Inferno, things like Level 5's Dark Cloud, Donkey Kong Country, Mario 64, Metroid Prime, Twisted Metal, SSS Tricky, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm lumping in the best of the best. And that is not a fair comparison to modern gaming, because modern gaming also has God of War. Modern gaming has Spider-Man 4. Modern gaming has Fortnite, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Forza, Fallout, Elden Ring. So you see what I'm saying? When comparing the best of the best in modern gaming compared to the best of the best in retro, they are neck and neck. They're tied. It's a draw. One might even favor modern gaming because technology got better, controllers got better, processing speed got better. However, retro gamings are a classic for a reason. They paved the way. So you see where I'm at. I am a boomer that's stuck in this self-awareness that modern gaming does bring a tough punch to this fight. And through all this contemplation, through all this thought, I figured out who wins. Retro gaming versus modern gaming. The answer is going to shock you because absolutely no one wins. And let me explain. It is not for the reason that you think. To make this debate valid, in order to statistically prove and objectively measure which is better, modern gaming or retro gaming, we can't evaluate the best of the best. We cannot evaluate which games are their peak. We have to evaluate how many games were garbage in their generation. Because nobody brings up the game Spice World when they talk about PS1. Nobody brings up the game Spawn when they talk about this debate. Nobody brings up the fact that Snow White had a AAA developed game in the retro era. And this is what made me realize that obviously modern gaming sucks. I've been knowing this for a reason. I listed you 3 points that cannot be debated. Oversaturation, focusing on things that don't matter like graphics and a loss of content. However, I'm also realizing that retro gaming had a lot of dumpster fire games in its catalog that had its own set of flaws within its own time period. So modern gaming versus retro gaming, which one wins? Absolutely no one. In fact, the losers are us because we live in a society so mediocre that all we produce is garbage. Read a book. I don't know, meditate instead. Ascend into a higher plane of consciousness. Do not give these people your money because you should value your source of entertainment. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. I loved making this video. This was actually just off the cuff, me speaking with zero filters, zero thought in mind. Hopefully you like it. I have big plans for when this channel hits 500 subscribers. Follow along on the journey.